Yes, people, welcome back to Blues Fans TV. My name is Joe Mason. Welcome back. Do not forget to like, subscribe to my channels, like this channel, like everything about it, because once again, Chelsea are in a final. Fantastic performance all round. I'll just keep rambling for another 2, 3, 20, 30 seconds or a minute until people get involved. But once again, we did a fantastic performance, fantastic lineup from start to finish. I'll get the lineup in as we are now, if I can find it. So we got the lineup today. Kepa, not too much of a surprise. He was going to get a cup run. I was sure of it. He's also done very well under Tuchel. Solid back three, if you want to call it a back three still. Aspie, the King Aspie back there. Thiago Silva putting in a shift in, trying to redeem himself after the red card. Rudiger doing everything that we are all too familiar with Rudiger doing now. And then our wing backs, we had Ben Chilwell, my guy, Ben Chilwell. I absolutely love him. I get some stick for it, but you know what? Ben Chilwell's Ben Chilwell. We got to love him. Reece James, again, we're all far too used to him putting in a shift, so we all hoped he did it again, and boy, did he. Jorginho and Kante, Kovacic out with the injury that he sustained just before the Porto game. So unfortunately, that was a little bit more serious than we anticipated, but what an option Kante is from the bench. He started the full game. And then the front three was Ziyech, Werner and Mount, which was quite interesting, but it paid off in the end. So we all hope so. Goodness me, it went very, very well. I've got some guests in. What I'll get on right now, I will bring on someone that has literally been on every single stream I've been on, and we all love him. And his name is Zion. So we'll get him on. There we are. Zion, what did you think of the game, man?
Wow, man, what a performance.
Yeah.
Absolutely buzzed after that game. Seriously. I was on, to be honest with you, the final couple of minutes was nervy. I was, at the edge of my seat and all that kind of stuff. But, man, what a game. To be honest with you, this is what I think really, we wanted to see from Tuchel. Could he really challenge himself, put himself against Pep Guardiola? And you know what? He's done that. So he's not only beaten Klopp, he's beaten Pep as well. So fair play to him. And man, I think every player today just was brilliant, out of this world. And defense, I think, like I said, I think if our defense can keep a steady, game and all that kind of stuff, we got the chance to win it. But from minute one, we just dominated that game. Let's be real, because City were on the back foot at the start. I mean, I was very surprised the way we just went at them. I mean, I thought we were going to sit back, give them a lot of possession, then probably hit them on the counter. We did hit them on the counter to get the goal, but that first half was very surprising for me. What a dominating performance.
Yeah, insane, man. Talk to me about the starting lineup. Do you think it worked? Do you think it worked as well as you thought it was going to go on, or do you think it worked even better?
You know what? I think I knew Kepa was going to start this game because he's played pretty much every cup game for us this season, and I'm very surprised he kept the clean sheet, because usually when he's in goal, I always get nervous because we don't know, if he's going to do like a little error or something like that. So, very happy to see Thiago Silva come back, and I think this was the Thiago Silva that we missed really after that he picked up that injury, and he was out for a couple of, and then was replaced by Christensen at that time, who obviously was brilliant as well. But like I said, man, I think throughout the team, I think he picked Werner for a reason, because of his pace to get in between the defenders. I don't think Havertz would have done that. So
no, not at all, no.
So I think to be honest with you, I think if you think about it, Tuchel's a tactician. He when he selects his teams, he knows what he's doing against different opposition. So yeah. I think against City, it paid off. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised, because I think now, us beating City will give us a huge confidence boost for the rest of the season, because now we can race on for top four, go through into another into a semi-final for Champions League, and not only that, another FA Cup final. And you know what? Looking forward to that one, where we face either Southampton or Leicester. So absolutely buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, exactly. And talk to me about Ziyech, man, because like you can see, I've been getting a lot of stick from saying that Ziyech is underperforming, this, that, and the other. But when it comes against the big teams, he's always in the right place at the right time. So talk to me.
Yeah. To be honest, I think Ziyech is that type of player. Like I always said, that if you play, obviously people are saying that, and you got to give him, credit as well, that he hasn't, when the Dutch league got cancelled and didn't play since March, 6 months, no football he played, got picked up with that injury in the preseason against Brighton. And we just haven't seen him since then. I think he did well against Burnley when he got a couple of goals in that game. And to be honest, we never saw the best out of him. We never saw the best Ziyech on the field. And today he was everywhere, in my opinion. He was in that middle of the park, attacking, wanting to get the ball, pressing, everything. He was brilliant. I think overall today, Ziyech showed that he needs to do this every single game. He needs to be consistent. But this is what I think I want from Chelsea. I think I want them to not just dwell upon this game. This game was brilliant, but we want more. We want to be consistent. We want to keep it going, because if we just lose our confidence now from here, it's gonna end really well bad. But I think this is gonna give us a huge confidence boost for the rest of the season. And yeah, man, we can definitely pick up 2 silverwares this season. I mean, to be honest, this 2012 is still in the background. I can still see that, so we could still do that, and I'll be very happy. Even if we can pick up, say, the FA Cup and get top 4, I'll be buzzed about this season from where we were at the start. So I'll be very happy. But if we can win the Champions League, that'll be even better, because that's the trophy that most teams and pretty much everyone wants to win, the big one. So yeah, absolutely buzzing, man. And Ziyech, brilliant, great performance, and well-deserved man of the match as well.
Incredible. And would you go that he was your personal man of the match, or are you thinking elsewhere?
To be honest with you, I think everyone was man of the match for me. I think there was no player out there on the pitch that stood out. I mean, Kante just bossed that midfield today. I mean, he was everywhere. Jorginho just, kept De Bruyne at bay. And then, I was, when Foden came on, I was a bit worried, because how Foden's been playing in these past couple of games for City. He's been that bright spark for them. And when he came on, I was very worried. I said, but we kept him at bay. Brilliant. And I think the defense really good today as well. That aggressive kind of, player that we know of. Brilliant. Boss Sterling, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I think keeping a clean sheet against City, a team who scores a lot of goals and who doesn't concede that many goals as well, scoring, even if it's a goal, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, when you think as well that the last time we saw them, unless I'm stood corrected in the comments in about 6 hours' time, the last time we played them, it was 3-1 with exception of 2 or 3 players, pretty much the same team. So what a contrast that we've already got.
What a change around. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, from where that kick-started their season, and, this is where I think this is kick-starting at end of the season, see how we finish, because it's going to play a part. If you think about it, we're solid at the back. We are solid at the back. I think if we get, say, a world-class striker, this team's going to be hard to play against, because we can control the ball now. We can get hold of the ball. If we lose it, we can get it back. And we don't concede that many goals as well, let alone that West Brom game, which was just in the past now. But Tuchel's done very well in the big games, and this is what I really like about him. He's not... In the little games, I would say, we have a problem, because it's hard to break down teams who sit back a lot, low block, all that kind of stuff. But when we're facing against the big teams who do come out with aggression, we can handle that pressure. So, and it's shown, and today was a prime example that we can match up with Man City. If we can match up with Man City, we can match up with Real Madrid. We can match up with Real Madrid. We can win the Champions League final, and we can win the trophy. So that's what I'm saying. It's a huge confidence boost for the entire team. And if we get that striker in the summer, we'll be definitely next season a team to look out for. Definitely.
Well, you're hoping. Well, if we play like we do, we might not even need another striker.
Because apparently people are saying that Tuchel doesn't play with a striker number 9. He likes to play with false 9s. I mean, he's like Pep as well. Pep usually, because obviously throughout the season they haven't really played with a striker, have they? So,
no.
But I would still want a striker, because obviously we don't know how long Tuchel's going to be here. Because if Tuchel is here, if he does sign an extension and we keep him for another 2-3 seasons, then I would say okay. But I think if a new manager comes in, they would want a striker, because not every manager wants to play with a false 9. Everyone wants that potent finisher up front. And like I said, man, I mean, if Haaland's watching today's game and he's choosing it's either City or Chelsea who's going to grab me, hopefully we won that draw, that bet that, come join us, because we've got the best defensive, team. We can control the ball. We can do everything what City can do. but we can score a goal, and we just did that today. And I was very worried because I thought if we can't score against City, it'll be very difficult for us to, let alone challenge Madrid, but beat them. So, yeah, very happy with the performance. And we move on to another FA Cup final, which is going to be very sweet. And hopefully we can win it again.
We hope so, man. Absolutely. Well, thank you for talking to me. I'll get someone else on now.
No problem, man.
But I hope to see you again soon.
Definitely, man.
Catch you later.
You too, man.
Nice one, man. In a biz. Right, let's get another guest on. Before I do, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my own personal channels at Bluesbro Joe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you lot want to do. But anyway, we'll get our next guest on, and we have got Karan. Yes, man. How are you doing?
Hey, Joe. I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me there?
I definitely can, mate. How are you?
Very well, man. That was a fantastic performance, I think, from the very first minute. I think the person before me, Zion, I think I just want to temper it down a little bit, because I feel that we should have gone for the second goal. I was a little upset we were putting pressure on ourselves and not trying to go for the second goal after we scored the first.
I think we tried our best. I think we tried our best. I mean, you got Ben Chilwell being sort of prime Perlo at one point with unlucky. He got quite unlucky there. I think Ziyech didn't realise that Stefan was going to come out. I think he anticipated on his lack of experience to not come out.
I think go on.
I would dispute the fact that we didn't try and get a second goal. I just think it was Manchester City. But I do understand what you're saying, whereas we could have gone for it ever so slightly more. However, it is a semi-cup. It is a semi-final. Regardless of what cup it is, it's important for the club. It's important for the club's history. And sort of when you get to the nitty and gritty parts of a tournament, they're rarely exciting games unless you get very lucky. So
you need to grind.
I think for what we did do, it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that, but I mean, we may end up playing City, I guess, 2 more times after this. We are definitely playing them in the league, and then we may end up facing them in the Champions League. And we cannot, especially in the second half, we may have to go attack a little more, because City will not play the way they did today against us in the next time we face them. They'll be a lot more prepared. And I think a lot of it also comes from the fact that they had a very intense game even in the Champions League against Dortmund. So it could also have been, and I'm not taking anything away from the Chelsea players. We played fantastic today from the very first minute. We had a tough game against Porto as well. And it's just that I'm just concerned that City may not be like this the next time we face them, and we'll have to be even more prepared. And they'll probably play with a full strength squad. They'll have Edison at the back. They'll have Stones, Walker. Did Walker play today? I don't think he did, right?
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, so they'll have Walker, Cancelo, Gundogan, De Bruyne, and perhaps even Aguero. Jesus I don't even know where was Jesus. I think he went to church already today. I didn't see him even up for a minute in the game today. But overall, I think that was a fantastic performance. Werner was really good. Ziyech, my God, he's finally coming into what we have known him to be. I think.
Good man. Well, I'm happy with that, because I very much had an agenda, but I totally agree with you. I'm very happy to eat my words when a player that I didn't think was performing starts performing. So. Massive improvement. Yeah, but we got a guy asking here, what do you mean City won't play against like that again? They're saying show some respect to Chelsea.
Mate, I'm a Chelsea fan to begin with. It's just that I'm just trying to be a little realistic. All of us hyping Chelsea up right now. We need to respect the fact that Man City have been performing very consistently for a very long time. Beating them in this one game does not change the fact that we are still some ways behind Man City, and even in terms of their depth. We finally have some squad depth. It's time to get cohesion and chemistry in order for the players to finally start performing properly. We have the manager.
Understand,
I do believe we have the manager. We have the manager for sure. We have the manager who can have players play, but it's also on the players to respond to the manager as well. We don't know.
I get that. But if they're sorry to jump over, but if they've been performing week in, week out recently, surely that is more of a positive in our court,
No,
considering
absolutely.
if they are playing that
Absolutely.
positively, then we're doing something right, surely.
Absolutely. No, I'm not disputing that at all. I'm just saying that, like, it's still going to take us some time to get to the levels where Man City are.
Mm.
We are not there yet. I mean, like, and I'm also waiting to see what happens next season when Tuchel has had a proper summer with the players. I don't think we'll be going with a back three in the full season. I think because he came in such a difficult moment. He was like, okay, let's go with a back three, and he has alluded to that even in his interviews. So maybe next, when the season properly begins, he may end up with a back four. And with regards to we do need a proper number 9. Instead of going for Haaland, I think Chelsea should go for Harry Kane. He really needs a good club.
Harry
Chelsea should try
Kane.
and get Harry
You
Kane. It's easy. 150 million we are willing to pay for Haaland. Why not just get Harry Kane? He's a proven Premier League striker. He scores 20 goals every single game, and he's a proper leader on the pitch as well. He has played counter-attacking football under Mourinho. He has played like proper possession-based football with Pochettino. So he can actually fit multiple systems as well. I know it may be a difficult shout considering the relationship Chelsea has with Tottenham, but a player like Harry Kane needs a better club. He'll be in London. He'll get a good pay. He'll have a proper manager and a proper team that will really be supplying him good balls to score with. And he also drops back and plays. He can link up play as well with the players up front. I know it'll be a difficult player to get, but man, if Chelsea want to spend money, get Harry Kane. We don't get Haaland or somebody who's not Premier League proven yet. We may end up having a situation where he may flop again, and we'll be ending up saying, "Oh my God, we wasted so much money." And you'll get involved with that pig Mino Raiola. You don't want that in the club. He's a disease. He's a disease.
Okay, man. And so last question I'll ask you, and I'll get another guest on, but who was your personal man of the match? But before you do answer that question, whoever this guy is, he's been giving me puns. He's been trying to get puns in the comments. Do better next time. Please do better next time, because they're getting worse and worse. It's only been 17 minutes, so keep going. Try better. But back to you. Who was your man of the match today?
Oh, man of the match. Man, I want to give it to Ziyech, but I want to give a shout out to Rudiger. He was fantastic.
Yeah, always. Everyone gives a Rudy shout out. Always.
He was massive. He was like absolutely he was in the face of every single City player out there. And it was very nice to see that. It was really, really nice to see that aggression at the back. Just that anger, the frustration to play with. How dare you get past me? Oh, I'm going to slice your leg away while taking away the ball. That kind of aggression. I was very pleased to see that. But at the same time, I would like to give I would like to say a couple of words about Mike Dean. What the fuck, man? There were a couple of really bad challenges. He didn't even give a yellow card. Fernandinho literally stepped on Mount's face. How could you?
Reece James, I'll tell you what, Reece James was the first yellow of that game, and that wasn't even a yellow card in my book.
I'm like, Fernandinho was manhandling our players. Ridiculous, man. I mean, Mike Dean, oh man, another scum, man. They need to really change the referee standards out there. It's ridiculous. He literally stepped on Mount's face. How could you let that go away? And he was standing right there, which makes it even worse. I know, and it makes me feel as if the refs hate Chelsea for that reason,
Yeah, fully.
But yeah, that's all. I think that's all. Who was your man of the match?
My man of the match. Well, again, like you shouted out Rudiger, let's give a big shout out to my boy Ben Chilwell. I've got too much. I get a lot of stick, especially in the comments. I get a lot of stick saying why I like Ben Chilwell. I love him. I loved him at Leicester, and I love him now. I think he's a brilliant left back. He's fitted into Tuchel's mentality fantastically. But I can't really say Ziyech wasn't man of the match for me, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I think, again, another quick shout out to our holding midfielders, Jorginho and Kante. Oh, yeah. I think Jorginho has fully just come into his own more and more every single game. But yeah, Ziyech, he was the match winner. He did everything he was meant to. And he was my man of the match in the end, which 6 months ago, if you told me I was going to give Ziyech man of the match, I would have called you an idiot.
I think it just takes time for some players to come out, man. And I think if you're finally starting to see his true colors, I think this is the perfect time to have him display his full prowess, And I think in his post-match interview, he said that he's still not there yet. So Let's hope,
Exactly.
man. We have Madrid. Oh, no, we have Madrid, and yes, we have some. I think our final few games of the season in the Premier League are very difficult ones. Leicester, West
Well,
Ham.
West Ham first and
Aston Villa.
foremost. Luckily, Steve Bruce did us a solid earlier. So
Thank God.
Joe
But,
Willett came in
yeah,
clutch for us, which was
we have some tough games ahead, man, and yeah, let's hope we.
But
end
I'll
the
tell you what,
season
if we can do it against the league winners, why can't we do it against anyone
Absolutely.
else? So
No,
let's
no,
just keep doing it.
absolutely.
Let's just keep going.
Absolutely, man. Consistency. That's the name of the game now until the end of the season.
Exactly, man. Well, thank you for talking to me. I'll get another guest
Thanks,
on
bro.
now, and I hope to see you next time.
Thanks, bro. Have a good one.
No problem. You too. Once again, guys, before I get the next people on, do not forget, like, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to all the people that are joining In's channel. Do whatever you like, but as long as you like it and enjoy what we're doing, that is all we really care about. But we'll get the next guest on, which is the Back Post podcast. How you doing, bro?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm not bad.
How you doing, bro? You how you feeling?
Ecstatic, man. I'm
Yeah.
I've got to compose myself a little bit because otherwise I knock the microphone too hard. But talk to me. How did you think it went? Do you think it went as well as people were saying?
Oh, mate, it went exactly to plan. I think I said in my preview that we can't allow City too much of the ball early on. That didn't happen. We made sure they didn't have too much of the ball. We just dominated the game. Tuchel he's a very intelligent man. And I think it showed today. His game management really showed today. And that's what I think was so exciting to me, just to see us kind of like make City look bad. I think a lot of people are quick to say, oh, City was shit. Like, I think that came from us. That came from us saying, like, Kante, Jorginho, the defensive players, with all the love for Chilwell we've heard today, like, all of that have just made them look rubbish. And it's so exciting. And it has big ramifications for later on this season and next season.
Yeah, big time, man. Talk to me about what do you think substitute wise, which I haven't actually asked people a lot of before. Do you think they were made at the right time, the wrong time, too early, too late?
It's an interesting question, really. So it's difficult. I think Tuchel's a very smart bloke. He knew when something like Mount.
That's good. I've been giving this geezer a stick. But that was a good one.
I saw that. I put very punny down for him. To be fair, yeah, no. I think he knew when like Mason come off, which he doesn't normally do. He usually plays most of the minutes. He knew that he's important. He knew that he'd been running ragged, and Mason had a great game. So bring him off, give him some minutes. I think Emerson coming on was relatively smart because for the fact that how he's been, he's had a weird time under Tuchel because he scored that late goal in the Champions League after coming on a sub. He's obviously got something to prove. So I didn't see a problem bringing him on. Yeah, no, I wasn't really arsed with the subs really. I think I actually didn't feel nervous after that goal. I didn't feel nervous once, and I think that's something we can be proud of as a Chelsea fans at the moment. Like when we do have that kind of lead, and when we do have that mental edge over someone, we seem like we can just beat anyone. So I wasn't really bothered with the substitutes today.
No, I think the one I was with, I think Mason Mount, after the goal went in, I think he very much sort of went 5% less than I've seen him do originally, which not so much shows his mentality. It more so shows the amount of game time he's had. Yeah. So I think he was probably the most obvious substitution, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But then, I think it was pretty decent. Your man of the match, personally, who do you think should have got it?
I think the last person who's on the phone who said this, like it's a very difficult decision to make because we were a very solid team today. I think everyone played their part really well. Ziyech got the man of the match on the telly, and that's fair. He got the goal. He had the goal before. It was like the identical goal, wasn't it? For me, it's got to be a defensive play. It's either a Jorginho, Kante, or maybe one of the defenders. I think I might give it to Jorginho, to be honest. I really enjoyed his performance today, especially because I was the first person to give him stick after that West Brom game. I was calling for his head, and not because I don't like him, because that was a terrible game, and you don't want to see that at your club. But he's done a full U-turn since that. He's played really well since then, and today was like his peak. I think today he was incredible. Like defensively, being dominant against other players. Like he was, sometimes Jorginho lacks that defensive ability. I think he's great at passing. He's a silky footballer. He's great at passing it, getting it out, all this kind of stuff. Sometimes he lacks that, he lacks that defensive edge. That's what Kante is great at. But today he had that in him as well. So I think I might give it to Jorginho. Why not? But if it's a tough one, I'd probably give it to the whole squad because it was a great team performance today. Everyone had a role to play and they played it well.
Exactly, man. Talk to me about, do you think it was more so us having a fantastic game, or do you think City didn't turn up in the way we thought they were going to turn up?
I would say it's us, but that's because I'm gassed in it. That's because I'm all Chelsea right now. I'm fully gassed. But I do genuinely believe that because, listen, City were on the cusp of something great. They were on a quadruple run. They could have quite easily had that. They could have had the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League. They were in all those competitions. Pep would have known that, and he would have made his players know that. So for them to come out and not play well would have been a bit weird and a bit suspect. So I genuinely believe that we've made them look that way. I think they would have came out thinking they're getting to the final of this. It's their final to win. So I do genuinely think Tuchel's come out and the Chelsea players have come out today, and especially off the back of the Porto game, going through to the semi-final of the Champions League with such confidence and almost arrogance to go to this game. I think it was us more than them, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, because we got a lot of people sort of saying, "Oh, they're B team, blah blah blah." Manchester City don't have a B team, man.
Oh no, they have a fucking brilliant squad. I don't care what you say.
Their B team could win the league.
And I think the only thing the B team about their whole squad today was the keeper, I'd say. But there's the same for us, and they didn't manage to score against Kepa, so
exactly. But we get this all the time. Like we got you won't get past Atletico Madrid. They're really difficult. We beat them. Oh, they're easy. Porto. Porto are no mugs. We beat Porto. Oh yeah, that's easy. Can't say that about Manchester City. So I'd like to see what people can say about this win, because normally we get reasons why we won it because we're not good enough, but other people didn't turn up. But Manchester City do normally turn up 99% of the time, and this was one of those days. So I'd like to see the people that think we weren't going to win in the first place tell us why we lost. But
absolutely, mate. Yeah, no, I mean, I said at the start of this fan cam, and I said this in my preview of my channel, this has significant ramifications for the future. We've beat the best 100%. Team in England. Some people will argue that City are the best team in Europe. We've just beat them. This means a lot for this season because we might win the FA Cup now. If there's a future where Chelsea meet City in the Champions League final, we have a mental edge over them. And next season, we'll have that kind of arrogance to take to that season, thinking we're the second best, if not the first best team next season, So, this game was very significant for a lot of reasons. So, I completely agree, mate.
Exactly. And going forward, what do you think maybe... so, let's say, just in height. So, Real Madrid, what do you think of the starting 11 needs to change? Does it need to change at all? I would argue that the keeper's definitely going to change.
Yeah, the keeper.
Real Madrid.
The keeper needs to change. I love Mendy, and he does a lot that I like. So he needs to change. I'd say I like Jorginho and Kante in the middle personally. I think they kind of, as much as sometimes, if they're both on form, they can work really well together. It's when one is out of form, then it kind of fall away. But today, I think they complemented each other quite well today. So if that's working, that's working. It's a tough one because their midfield is their best asset, isn't it? Real Madrid, their midfield, that the experience of Modric and Kroos and Casemiro, that's what we got to fight against. So Kante needs to play, and I think Jorginho and Kante, that kind of midfield too, can handle that in a way. It's the front three that's the difficult one because it's Mount is always playing. and it's just the other two slots that's difficult, isn't it? You can argue Werner for his performance today. You could argue Ziyech for his performance today, but you can also argue for Havertz and Pulisic because of their performance against Palace and the other games. I would probably like to see Pulisic play against Real Madrid. I think he's kind of energy you need in those kind of games.
Instead of?
That's the thing. I'd probably say instead of Werner, and then Havertz up top. I like that front three of Pulisic, Havertz, and Mount. I think there's a lot of energy and a lot of creativity in that, and I think that's what I want to see against Real Madrid. That might not be our best front three overall, and things can change, blah blah blah. But I think for that game specifically, I'm happy to see that.
I think I would agree with you in the sense that it would probably be Pulisic, Mount, Havertz. Would be my preferred. But regardless of that, you could chop and change that as much as you want. I think.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
people will chuck dirt on me for it, but I think if you get rid of Mason Mount, then no matter who you play instead of him, that trio drops significantly.
Oh man, I completely agree.
I think he is, as much as people will go, oh, it's the.
They can all shut up up there.
Yeah,
that was important.
First of all, stop talking. But he is the catalyst in almost every single attack. And I think there's a reason for it. It's not because we specifically play through him more than most players. I just think when he gets the ball, something comes of it because his quality warrants that we finish the chances he gives us.
Yeah.
I can't really see him getting dropped for something like that. I think for the last 20 minutes, if he wanted 20 minutes off, I think his job was done, and I could sort of tell in his body language that he thought it was done. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff wasn't coming down his side, much less so than it was coming down Werner's side. And I think Werner was having, in his eyes, a blinder. I think Werner had a really good game today. I know he didn't get his goal, which everybody thinks, but you have to remember he's in a different sort of formation. He's playing a different sort of tactical approach than he was in the Bundesliga. So he won't be getting those goals because we're playing a different type of play. But whenever he does play, he is getting assists when he should be. I still think he is underperforming for what we've been told he can do. But I think in games like this, there's been very few times he hasn't come to clutch with it. So, what do you think about
agree.
That? Or...
No, I completely listen. Mate, my laptop's on 1%, so I might have to bounce here.
Yeah. All right, bro. No problem. I'll catch you in a sec.
No, but I really appreciate it. I've had a great chat. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV. It's a great time. But I really need to go because I'm going to die any minute.
Sweet, bro. Right, I'll catch you in a bit.
Bye.
No problem, guys. Right, guys. After this, in the next sort of 5-10 minutes, probably even less than that, Lewis is going to take over from me. So I'll just answer a few more of your questions and then I will hand over. So here we go. What do we? So you think Mount, Ziyech, and Giroud, the best front three? Is that if that is to play for Real Madrid? I don't know, man. I'd swap Havertz out for Giroud. It's sort of a toss up depending on what sort of team they're on between Pulisic and Ziyech. Really, it really does depend. And then and he has just jumped on. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna have a chat with Lewis for a bit, and then he is gonna take over from me, and then I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. So here is Lewis. What are you saying, Lewis? You good?
Guys, what's everyone saying? We through to the FA Cup final. Typical Chelsea, we're through. And as we always say, we always win a trophy either one season or the season after that. And we've had a bit of a gap last season. So we already know what's going to happen this season. I don't want to jinx too much, but trophy collectors, we stat pad on these things. And it's about time we do it. Hopefully there's no Anthony Taylor because I have no clue why one referee who managed to get one FA Cup final wrong is now the only referee to have managed 2 FA Cup finals because he never got either of them correct in the first place. But let's be positive. Let's be positive. We have absolutely done Guardiola over. It was a Tuchel masterclass. Defensively, we could have played for another hour and Manchester City were not going to score against us. And do you know how many times we say that about ourselves to the other team? Every single time we say, oh, we could have played for another hour, we still wouldn't have scored a goal. Like, we would have felt that if it obviously wasn't for the one movement from Timo Werner and Ziyech, but we saw them threatening to do that so many times in the game. And then it finally came off correctly. Werner kept himself onside. It was the same ball through to Hakim Ziyech that he's done so many times this season, and it leads to the goal as per usual. Only thing that separates the pair of us, but we dominated possession, we dominated chances. Defensively, we were better than them. Going forward, we had more options than they did. We were better than them in every aspect of the park. And this is Champions League favourites we're talking about. These guys have dominated England the last 6 months. And now we're looking at them and we have beaten them with a clean sheet from Kepa in the space of 90 minutes in a big game for them as well. Like, I know for Chelsea fans, we've spent the last 3 or 4 months trying to hold down our optimism and maintain it. But we're at the point now where you might as well just get gassed at this point. Yeah, okay, maybe saying we'll win the Champions League outright might be a bit too far, even right now in the semi-finals. But this Chelsea team can go out against anybody and collect a result against them. And there's no reason not to believe it anymore now. We can go away to Real Madrid and get a victory there. We can go to the Champions League final and beat whoever we play within 90 minutes. Hell, by the time this Man City game comes, that could be the game that decides the league title for them. We could still go there and get a win because we've done it already. And the thing is, we're not playing risky football doing it. And that's the most settling thing for me. We're playing defensive football and they can't get through us. That's the safer option. And we're playing the safe option to perfection right now. So again, someone tell me why we can't win the Champions League. Someone tell me why we can't face anybody that we're facing right now and get a result.
Exactly, man. Do you... I'm seeing a lot of people, not so much in these comments, but we'll get people, because we've had it before, Atletico was easy, Porto was easy. Can they say any slander to us towards this City game, or do you think we just got them as perfectly as we thought we were going to get them?
Any slander in terms of what?
As in, sort of, I've had a lot of people saying, "Oh, it was City's B team; they didn't turn up." I completely disagree with it. I think we got it spot on. But I just wanted to hear what you thought about it.
These dickhead rival fans are going to come up with any excuse to try and take it away from us. Oh, we beat an Atletico Madrid side that were battling the virus. Fine, we beat them home and away. What are you telling me now? Oh, it's just Porto. These men knocked out the Italian champions. They were all getting gassed when they did that and said they could knock out anybody else. But suddenly, because it's Chelsea, that don't make sense. Who was it? I think Johnny said on our stream that we have beaten Jose Mourinho, Jurgen Klopp, Diego Simeone twice, Cohen Shao. We've beaten Pep Guardiola. Who else have we beaten? Because I feel like there's somebody else I'm missing there as well. God knows. But the fact is, all of these names we've beaten and we haven't conceded a single goal against all of them. And we are playing the safe option. Like, I'm going to repeat this because if we were playing an attacking brand of football, I get it, because high risk can also lead to a high reward or a high failure. But we're playing the safe option and we're succeeding. This is Chelsea in itself. We play defensive football. We like playing defensive football. Maybe you don't want to see more offensive football. Cool. I don't care as long as the results come. And the results are coming. And Ancelotti, that was it. Carlo Ancelotti. And the point still stands. We face all of these banging managers and we have kept them all quiet. And we've managed to get a goal. And do you want to know why? Because we don't rely on Timo Werner, who had a great result, who had a great performance today, back in the lineup after 2 games. Great performance. But we don't rely on him. Everyone's saying, oh, Werner isn't scoring enough goals for us. Do you want to know why I don't care too much about it? Because we have the most goal scorers in the Premier League. We don't need Timo Werner to carry us through an entire Premier League season. We need him to do his job. So he gets 10 goals, 12 assists, has the most goal involvements for us this season. I don't care. I don't care too much because he's doing his job. Same thing with, let's say Hakim Ziyech will have an off game or something, and then we'll have Kai Havertz score, or Christian Pulisic will score, or we'll have one of the defenders score, one of the midfielders. We have players that will pop in with a goal every now and then. We have a team that knows how to put the ball in the net, and we're playing as a team. So right now, everyone's gassed. Everyone should be getting gassed. We are through to the FA Cup final. Let's not take anything away from this. Like, I don't want to look at any negatives right now. There are negatives you can talk about. There definitely are. but we don't need to go into it now. What's the fucking point of going into the negativity? We're through to an FA Cup final. Realistically, when Lampard got sacked, we were 9th, 10th. Like, that was when you can be negative, and that's where there is no positives. We are now, thanks to West Ham United flopping their lines as well while we've been gone, we can get 3rd place based off our own games. And if the last 16 games are anything to show, why the fuck are we worried? Obviously, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'll throw the disclaimer. We could have a howler the next 5 games. Maybe Jorginho gets injured and our midfield ain't the same ever since. So anything could happen. I get that. But same way, why would we look at this and be worried? We have an easy run of games up until the final 4. Manchester City's worrying. Arsenal, oh God, if we lose to Arsenal 3 times in a row, that's on us. Leicester City is going to be the biggest game of the season. So anything goes in that game. That's fine. Manchester City, Leicester City. By Aston Villa, our fate should really and truly be in our own hands. If Aston Villa is a tough game, it's because we haven't done our job and we've made it harder on ourselves. So the only thing is do our own job, because we are in peak top floor is lava season. West Ham are dropping points all over the shop. Leicester City dropping points all over the shop. Tottenham were meant to be low-key top 4 contenders. They can't even get a win to save their lives. The only worry for me isn't even a team in the top 4. It's Liverpool. Liverpool are the worrying team for me. So as long as we keep doing our job, even Liverpool aren't going to be a problem. It's just, I keep saying the same thing. Do our job. Because it's clear and obvious the teams around us will not do their job and they will slip up. Just don't slip up with us. The only slip up we had is the West Brom game. And the annoying part of that isn't even that we lost. It's that everybody else around us lost that weekend. We could be clear right now already, but it's just that one slip up. There's one slip up in 17 games, so I don't care.
Big time, man. And last question before I let you take over completely, Lewis. Your personal man of the match, and what do you think should change for the next game, play or starting 11 wise?
There's a few. I'll do honourable mentions. Jorginho deserves a mention. Reece James, Rudiger, all deserve mentions. They've been excellent. Jorginho absolutely dictated that midfield, same the way he always does. And I keep saying, if you have a Jorginho agenda by this point, you really need to question your ball knowledge, because it's clear that we haven't been the same since Tuchel's joined without Jorginho in the team. And Kovacic as well, but I always say Kante and Kovacic are similar because they're both pressers. You always need a sitter in between them. So Jorginho has to remain the constant. Mason Mount absolutely bullied that midfield. Fernandinho is still seeing stars after 90 minutes of Mason Mount. Who else? Antonio Rudiger, big game player, as per usual, turns up for the big occasion. Who else are we going to say? Ben Chilwell and Reece James at the flanks, always creating damage, especially in the first half from Ben Chilwell. Reece James kept Benjamin Mendy quiet. But for me, has to be Thiago Silva. Has to be. Everything he did to perfection. I'll call Rudiger the big game player. Thiago Silva's the final boss when it comes to your big players. 100% pass accuracy, 100% aerial duels. Everything he did, I think he did to a 100% accuracy today. Literally didn't put a foot wrong, despite being injured half the second half. And for the Brighton game, I could see him get benched for this. It all depends on if Christensen's fit or not, in my opinion. If Christensen's fit, he goes in for the Brighton game. And our depth is such a good position as well, because we don't need to worry about Thiago Silva dropping off, because we can throw Christensen in and he's in amazing form. We have Rudiger, Zuma, Azpilicueta on either side of the flanks of that back 3-2. We have Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, and we also have the X factor in Billy Gilmour that no one has even seen play under Thomas Tuchel yet. And I don't want to throw him in there in the big stage, but he's already proven he can shine there enough times where even if worst case scenario, Jorginho gets injured, throw Billy Gilmour in there if you have to. I can back him for 90 minutes because he's proved me wrong enough times. Midfield, well, I didn't even go through the lineup. Yeah, Christensen in the middle. I go Azpilicueta, Rudiger again. Jorginho, and it's going to be Kante again because of the injury. Although, do you want to rotate with a Gilmour for this game? I feel if you do, maybe this is the only game that you can do it for. Other than that, Brighton are going to attack us. So Ben Chilwell goes in again because I don't want to see Marcos Alonso play against an attacking side. Reece James at right wing back, and up front, I'll go for Mount, Havertz, and Christian Pulisic in again. That's the team for me for Brighton. We go there. don't underestimate them because they will come and attack us. It's not going to be low block FC. They also need points because they're in their own relegation fight. And also say as well, don't think the relegation teams are easy teams to beat because they aren't. They are going to absolutely dominate us. But
As West Ham saw earlier.
Yeah, exactly that. So I'm not, and we saw with the West Brom game as well. So don't underestimate them, but go there and do your job. Because like I've always said, you do your job, other teams will continue to do our job for ourselves because they will continue to drop points. We've got Spurs with a tough run of game. West Brom have tough fixtures. Liverpool have tough fixtures. Ours are coming towards the end. So just do your job now against the big teams, against the smaller teams. And then when we get to the bigger teams, the ball is in our own court.
Absolutely, man. Well, Lewis, I'll let you take over. Guys, before I dip, just do not forget, like, subscribe, hit the like button on this video. Let's try and get as close to 100 if we can. I haven't seen them yet, so we might be close anyway. But as again, I'm one of the new presenters. Follow me on Twitter, @BluesBroJoe. I hope to see you in the upcoming weeks. Lewis, I'll let you carry on. I'll catch you soon, man. Peace and love, everybody.
Joe, thank you for holding the fort as per usual, man.
No problem, man. No problem.
Take care, bro. Well, guys, we are back, and Chelsea are back in the FA Cup final as well. Let me know how gassed you guys are down in the comment section below. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Check out the Patreon in the description below if you guys want to get involved and have your say on another brilliant 90 minutes of Tuchel dominance. And also, while you guys are there too, check out the very reliable OneFootball app. Check it out and give your player ratings as well for who you think the best player was for Chelsea against Manchester City tonight. And don't forget, check out all your news regarding all teams in England, in every team in Europe exactly, and how they could also get piped by Thomas Tuchel's tricky Blues, as you already know. Don't forget to check out the very reliable Transfer Indicator app as well, and all the other great features of the OneFootball app. Check out, the link is down in the description below. And yeah, we will get our next guest on. Xavi, my guy, what are you telling me, bro? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, or is that another hive? What is that?
Oh, Ziyech hive, man. I was on mute. Ziyech hive.
Oh, the Ziyech hive. Yeah, go for it. Ziyech gets all of his praise, man. Bro, it is another FA Cup final. The final collectors are here to collect another trophy. Talk to me, bro. What are you saying?
Yeah, man. Before I was going in, I was not too confident. I was like, okay, we playing Man City, a game where we can lose on any day. You know what I mean? But I wasn't as scared because we have Tuchel and a manager who's tactically good. So I wanted to see how we would face, because this is a good test of how we would probably do up against Real Madrid, because they're another side who is going to have the ball a lot. And I actually think, I don't know, what would you say? Do you think Real Madrid keep the ball better than Man City? I think Man City keep the ball better. I don't know.
Here is the thing, because you just opened my mind to it. It's like a dress rehearsal in a sense, because we face a team that's going to play very similarly to the way Real Madrid play.
Yeah.
And we've dominated them. Even though we've played with a defensive mindset as well, we've dominated them. So it's not to say that we can't do it. And even with the last game against Liverpool, it did show that you can get at them and they will leave holes exposed, especially in the first leg, because they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Just capitalize on it. And we've been doing really well at capitalizing on situations so far under Thomas Tuchel. I just want to see that continue.
Yeah, and what would you say Real Madrid have better front three? I mean, you know what's crazy? People like to say, okay, that was City's B team. But no, that's not City's B team. Because first of all, Ruben Diaz, Kevin, I can understand the keeper. That's about it. But Ruben Diaz, normally that back line, they play a lot of games for. I think that same back line was against Leicester that they just played with Mendy left back and Cancelo right back. They played that against Leicester. So nobody's saying that. Fernandinho's still a quality player. Ferran Torres comes in, Sterling up top, Gabriel Jesus was playing, De Bruyne was playing, Rodri was playing. So I don't get how people can say that's their B team when most of their first, it's City. So they rotate a lot, and all those players are quality that they have. Maybe Gundogan and they came in, and then they had Foden. They had some effect on the game, but once De Bruyne went out, I wasn't really scared, because that's the guy I'm scared of, taking a shot. And Kepa was playing, so I was afraid that they're gonna take shots because they know Kepa was in that. So it was a good game, because Tuchel, I think, outclassed them tactically, because the way we were pressing, it was like, all right, Mount dropped in, not even pressing, but when they had the ball, Mount dropped into the midfield, and then it was Ziyech and Werner, the front two up top, pressing. So it kind of went to like a 3 in the midfield with the 2 wing backs, you know, because the City like to play those cutting edge passes. And so we got to give Tuchel his credit for how he lined up. Silva, excellent. And I just want, we had this debate, like Conte has to be playing these games, bro, these big games against these top players. Conte has to be playing for me. Jorginho was impressive today. It was a lot of people, they did their jobs today. And we saw a glimpse of the ball over the top to Werner. Like they got it offside and Ziyech scored. And I was just like, this is how we can beat City. City play a higher line. Use Werner's pace over the top. And you know Ziyech it's like a mirror of like Atletico, bro. That's like 3 times that could have happened. If Ziyech could have just scored that chance that he had, I don't know why he was trying to go his right. He just took it around the keeper and scored. You know, I would have been so happy because I'm a Ziyech hive and a Havertz hive, so I gotta keep my agendas going. But yeah, I'm positive because I was really scared about. I'm so much scared. A lot of people is just getting in my head that, oh my God, that midfield of Modric and Kroos, we should be scared of. When I think De Bruyne for me right now, like I understand Kroos, world class. I think De Bruyne for me right now is the best midfielder in the world, and he had a quiet game. You know what I mean? Especially attacking. It's where Kroos is dangerous is when you give him space to like playing over the top, and we don't play a high line like Liverpool does. So, like, why are you playing a high line when Kroos is on the field and Modric and Vinicius running them behind? You know what I mean? So I'm more confident that we can get a result. So, yeah, I'm feeling good.
No, but this is the thing, because it's depth as well. Like, they're saying, oh, we face Manchester City's B team and everything. Everyone talks about how good Manchester City are in depth. So if you're going to talk to me about their depth, clearly, if you're going to play these players, they're capable of getting the result. Like, oh, they played their B team, but we played our B keeper as well. We had players rotated too. Yeah. Ziyech and Werner are not in our starting 11 right now, not in our best starting 11. N'Golo Kante, I don't think is, because I still think it's a Jorginho and Kovacic pivot. This is not agenda. This is not agenda. We've had this debate so many times. It's not agenda. It's just that, you know how many people talk about the Jorginho Kovacic pivot?
No, I get what you're saying.
So Kante isn't really in our best starting 11 either right now. You look at the back 3. Back 3, that's probably our starting back 3. I won't even sugarcoat any. Back 5 stays the same. Midfield isn't our strongest. Front 3 isn't our strongest. We've rotated. We have strong depth as well. They've rotated. They've got strong depth as well. Arguments shouldn't even exist right now. It's another thing for rival fans to try get at us with.
And what I should say is, shouldn't they be better? Because these are players that have played with each other for a little bit now. You feel me? Like it's bar Ruben Diaz, but he's just immense. He's been immense. He's a quality player, but regardless, all that team knows each other. Like Jesus been there for a couple years now. Sterling has been there. Rodri, I think 2 seasons. De Bruyne, established. Fernandinho. They know each other, so I don't get that. We have a new manager coming in. It's just an excuse. It's just always going to be an excuse when we beat a team because they can't stand to see Chelsea win. I don't know why. And you're just going to have to, keep crying because we're going to a final. We're in the Champions League semifinal. We just need to get the job done this time. No more. Can we do something if Anthony Taylor is that ref in the final? There's no way that he can be a ref.
There's no way you refs this one. No way.
But we just need to get the job done, man. We're there. And it'll be so good it'll help the team bond if we could get a trophy. These guys need a trophy. Like these youngsters need to know what it's like. Keep that winning mentality up. Keep that winning culture up. And yeah, get this show. Champions League, I'm on the fence because it's the semifinal. We're playing Real Madrid. Anything can happen. We could lose, win, draw. I mean, there's no drawing, but we could win or lose depending on the day. But I'm more confident we can at least nick an FA Cup. And West Ham lost today too. I woke up and I saw West Ham lose 3-2 to Newcastle. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was in a good spot. And looking at the Brighton game, what team would you like to see come out? And if there's any changes, what changes do you want to see for that game?
I definitely feel like we should rest Mount. I don't know, maybe play him, but I think Cho has to come in. Like we don't need Brighton. They play good football, but they're not potent in attack. There's no players that we have to be so scared of on like the left hand side. I can understand.
Oh mate, oh no, that's fake. That's fake. Thank God.
Well,
No, sorry. I saw a tweet saying Anthony Taylor will referee this final. I was about to lose my head.
trolling. But yeah, what I'm saying is we had to go with Reece James because we're playing the likes of like City and Porto with Corona. So, but I see Cho coming in. I think we should actually play like. So the front three for me: Havertz, come in. Pulisic should be playing because they rested today. I don't know, either Ziyech or Mount for me. I don't really care, but I think Mount should rest. Cho definitely right wing back. I don't know. Silva's gonna be out. Is Christensen back?
I don't know. Like I didn't even know he was out for today. Like that surprised me because he just came back onto the bench for the last match. If he is back, should start. If not, he'll probably be Thiago Silva again if he's not injured. But that's only making it more worrying.
Yeah. Hypothetically speaking, if Christensen's back, it should be Aspie, Christensen, Rudy, Chilwell. I don't want to see Alonso. We're gonna have to go with Conte Jorginho because of Kovacic's injury. I don't know. People saying Billy Gilmore. I'm just saying chill. And yeah, my friend Mendy in goal, of course. Kepa was okay today. He didn't face any shots. He did what a 72, how much he costs, million keeper should be doing. What we expect of Kepa in the first place. You know what I mean? We should, he had a good game, but Mendy's always our number one. Let's not get that messed up. And yeah, we should go on there. We got to take care of business, man. No slip-ups. I'm always afraid of, the slip-ups to the, lesser teams that we have. And it's looking like that West Brom was a one-off. Let's hope that it stays a one-off game. But, yeah, man, hopefully we get those 3 points. We go third, and then we got to play West Ham. And if we pick up points, we're in a great position against West Ham. I mean, we're in a great position if we pick up points against West Ham, too. Without Rice and Dawson's injured for that game. I think Lingard went off with an injury, no?
Yeah, he did, and we're still waiting to hear on that, to be fair. It'll come up. It will come up soon. And
Antonio's out. He causes us problems year in, year out. We should get the job. We should be getting it. We should be favorites for that West Ham game based on how we play and the players we have. I think West Ham is clinical up front, but they leak goals. You know what I mean? Conceding 3 against Newcastle, letting Arsenal come back. They leak goals, and we should be able to do something against them. So yeah, man, good times for Chelsea. Let's keep it going.
Let's go. Xavi, thank you for jumping on, bro. I'll chat to you very, very soon. You have a good night, my guy. Big up yourself. Love. Again, guys, if you lot want to get involved, Patreon down in the description below. Check it out. Sign up and get yourself involved and come on and have your say as well. We're going to get our next guest on. Yes, Craigo, what are you telling me, bro?
Boom, what's going on? I've literally got 5 minutes because there is a kebab currently banging at my front door. But how are we all?
Yo, we are all good, man. Through to another cup final, as per usual. Pep Guardiola dominated by Chelsea again, as per usual. We're all good, man. Talk to me.
It was in the bag, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was me. It was all under control, of course. Exactly how it is. Exactly how we planned. No, took out a game plan. We executed it. Do you know what I mean? It's superb performance from us. Didn't think they were that good. I can't lie. But we can only play who's in front of us. Do you know what I mean? So, a lot of people I know in the last couple of weeks, especially Lawrence again. I love him, but he has had a fair few criticisms about Timo Werner. And what happened today is the exact reason why you play him. He has a massive threat, which in this particular case is his pace. And honestly, they just could not deal with it. They wanted to try and be on the front foot and be progressive and do what they do best, which is attack. But of course, that leaves space and behind. And that is exactly what we exploited. It was a great performance. It's not it's never going to go down as an FA Cup classic. Do you know what I mean? But we did what needed to be done. It's all about winning these games. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that, and we did it. And we can talk about player performances. Let's talk about from a different player. Let's talk about mentality, because that's the one thing that was different about the side. We were defensively solid, and we were disciplined for a full 90 minutes against these guys. We didn't give them space to breathe in our own defensive third.
Yeah, and you know, it was something I was so proud to see as well. Is, you know, it's I've always said it again about a statement of intent and what you can do, and about, you know, whacking teams and scoring big amount of goals. But you know, I was really happy that we did that necessarily against Palace last week when we obviously scored 4 past him. It was fantastic. But today's game had to be something completely different. You know, it had to be, we had to keep a clean sheet. We had to go and do what we can. And I've been at work all day telling the boys in the shop, they went, oh, what would you bet on? What would you bet on? And I said, this game has got 1-0 written all over it. You know, it's 1-0. It's just a case of which way it's going to go. And when you keep a clean sheet, you just need half a chance. And Timo Werner created a fair few of them. It was great defensively. I thought Rudiger is an absolute machine. I'm a big fan of Rudiger, and I know obviously you're part of the AC hive. I get that. I remember we did a video way back in the summer about players that we could potentially get rid of and how we would fund certain transfers. And I was saying about selling Christensen, and you were saying of the two, you'd sell Rudiger, which is, you know, our own opinions. But both of them, today obviously it was Rudiger, as Christensen didn't play, just massively stepped up to the plate. And they have for a while. I love Rudiger's mentality. I love everything about him. Is he the perfect centre-half? No, not at all. But he just completely shows up on the big occasions when needed. And he's a typical fuck it centre-half. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to try and play around for the back. I'm going to try and play long balls if I can. But I'm also not a twat that I realise when's not the right time to play a pass out from the back, which is something I think that we can unfortunately get ourselves into a bad habit of doing. But Rudiger literally just does exactly what he needs to do and puts his foot for it every now and again. And it was superb. Again, I didn't think Man City were that good, so I think that probably made our lives a little bit easier. But when you've got, I mean, at one point they had Foden, they had Sterling, they had Ferran Torres, I think it was, that was on. De Bruyne obviously was on for quite a while. Mahrez, I think, came on at some point. They had so many people on the pitch that all caused problems, and we dealt with them all in their own individual ways. They threw the centre halves forward. You know, that wasn't a problem for us. You know, I've said about the height in this team isn't necessarily wonderful, but you know, we whacked on Emerson, and that seemed to deal with a lot of it. Reece James kind of slotted back in and did what needed to be done. And honestly, you know, I can't say it was superb and we were brilliant and we were this, that, the other, but we were very fucking good. We were very, very good and completely deserved to win the game. You know, just as this comment said here, we made Man City look bad. We did. We really did. And, you know, Gary Lineker was banging on about it in the commentary and the punditry after the game and whatever. But never, I don't think any team has ever made Manchester City look as bad as we made them look. You know, and it wasn't necessarily anything like shocking. Do you know what I mean? But it was just the simple fact that they had an hour and a half's worth of football and created about 3 big chances. Do you know what I mean? And
that's what Tuchel's system has done. Like,
yeah,
I've always said, like, this is low risk and high reward, and that's the thing I like the most about it. We're not playing risky football that could potentially be exposed. We're playing safe football that no one's being able to get away around.
So, when was it? About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I can't remember whenever it was now, when we hired Sarri, and everyone was like, "Oh, thank God we're getting away from Conte and defensive-minded football." And we obviously won Europa League under Sarri, and everyone was so looking forward to going into this attacking-minded football. I actually prefer defensive-minded football, because if you keep clean sheets, all it does is put the pressure on the centre forwards. The centre forwards and just the forwards in general. And Chelsea got away with it for so many years because the forwards we had, Drogba, Anelka, even a half-assed Torres, Eto'o, Bar, Diego Costa, you know, Eden Hazard, Oscar, Ramirez, even all these people, they just allowed them to go and do the forward stuff. And when they did, they made the most out of it. I've always preferred it. And now all of a sudden it's coming back again. This Tuchel deal and whatever. I know Lampard was trying to be forward thinking and attacking and whatever, which is fine. Do you know what I mean? It's just a different way of playing that Chelsea haven't necessarily seen for the last 3 years or 2.5 years at least. And now we're all shocked that it's working. And I don't quite understand it, because it was never something that was broken. So why the hell did we need to fix it? And this is exactly what we've done now. We've gone back to doing what we do, not best, but doing something that we can do relatively well. Obviously, the Kepa tax is a big thing. But again, even he looked fucking good today. That's what sort of the performance it was. We made fucking Kepa look half decent. Do you know what I mean? That's a big thing. Like, he played against Barnsley and Newcastle, and everyone went, oh, is he going to get another go? Now he's been given a go against Manchester City, champions elect. The quadruple is on, and this geezer kept a fucking clean sheet. You know, again, it just puts all the pressure on the forwards, which, again, big forwards have big moments and they score goals. We scored 2, obviously. One was disallowed literally the same way, and Pulisic was very unlucky. He was offside, but he was very unlucky that even his one didn't count. We had 3 big chances, 2 of them unfortunately offside and whatever, but we put them in the back of the net. That's clinical. I know obviously they didn't count, but still, one of them did, and that was enough. That's defensive football. As long as you can do it going the other way, no problem with it at all. Absolutely no problem. And that's the thing with Lampard and whatever that we've gone on. And even Sarri as well. We got peppered by Man City 6-0 under Sarri because all we were focusing on was going forward. Going forward, going forward, going forward. And now, all of a sudden, we thought, actually, do you know what? Let's focus on shoring ourselves up. Let's make sure we don't lose the game and then put all of the pressure on the forwards. And if they're big enough and man enough, they'll handle it. And that's what Chelsea have been doing in the last 12 weeks, 14 weeks, however long he's been involved. And we're winning games. And it's absolutely no surprise. It's brilliant to see. And look, I'm very, very happy. I really am happy. After a very grueling 2-week spell or whatever it is, I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely over the moon. And I need to go and have my kebab. So final words from me. I'm very fucking happy. Up the fucking Chelsea.
Damn right. Well, Craigo, as always, thank you for jumping on, man. You take care of yourself.
I will probably see you tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully after a W, man. Take care of yourself, my G.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Love, love. Again, guys, join the Patreon. Get yourself involved. Come and have your say. Get next guest on. Kwaku, my guy, what are you telling me? We're through to the FA Cup final, G. Come on.
Come on.
Let's go, man. Talk to me. What are you feeling, man?
Yeah, so it was an interesting game. Again, we didn't necessarily look scintillating, but we just got the job done. And all these critics saying that we haven't really faced anybody. Who's there that we haven't faced now? We've beaten City, we've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten Atletico twice. Like, we're doing our thing, and people can't really find a way to score a goal against us. I want to give a massive shout out to my favorite Chelsea player, Aspilicueta. He gets the job done. Like, his legs look like they've gone, but he manages to always find himself in the good defensive positions. And yeah, man, I'm just absolutely buzzing with that result. And I kind of expected it as well. Going into it, people were saying that we're crazy to kind of expect Chelsea to beat City, especially with the whole story of the quadruple being on. But yeah, we just did our job, and I'm absolutely buzzing.
Damn right, man. We dominated Pep Guardiola's Manchester City for 90 minutes. And with that in mind, how much confidence is that giving you for the rest of the games coming up this season? Because really and truly, we can go and face anybody now and get a result.
Yeah, like really and truly, especially West Ham dropping points today. I think the top 4, we can go and get that. If we don't get top 4 this season, it'll be a big surprise, because barring the West Brom game, it's all been pretty like plain sailing for Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel. That everybody seems to be playing well now. I was worried about Ben Chilwell when Tuchel first came in, and maybe today wasn't his best game, but he looks assimilated in the system. Reece James looked good today. The only kind of downside today is Mason coming off, but hopefully there's nothing too major. And yeah, man, I want to give a massive shout out to Timo Werner as well, because I've always been saying that we kind of need to reassess how we view Timo Werner. We viewed him as this gunman. Maybe we didn't know. I don't want to call him technically deficient, but he's got some holes in his game. But what he is a weapon. And our team is full of weapons. Players that maybe they're not the most complete players. Like, they've got facets of their game that are dangerous, but they're weapons and they are dangerous. And when we have such a solid defense, that's all you need. You need weapons that when it gets to those moments, maybe we need to be a bit more clinical, but when we've got those weapons that can create those chances for us on the counter attack, then we're a tough match for anybody.
Yeah, I want to say that for Timo Werner as well, because we've been having a lot of debates about him even tonight. And the thing for me is, yeah, he does miss a frustrating amount of chances, and we can understand that. But we've said so many times, the reason why I don't give him the same energy that I would give an Alvaro Morata is his all-round game. He offers so much in terms of movement, in terms of link-up play, in terms of passing in space as well. And playing him against Manchester City was the perfect time to play him. Like, we talk about, and the thing that's right with depth is that you can play players for the right moments. Timo Werner is only at his best if you can put him up against a high line. We've seen it against Liverpool. We've seen it against Southampton. We've seen it here as well again today. You play him in a high line, you can give him space in behind to roam with. And he was threatening it so many times in that first half as well. You could see him trying to find Hakim Ziyech every single time. But his biggest fight was with the offside trap, if we're being honest. That caught him out a good couple times. The one time it didn't is where he got the assist. And that shows exactly where Timo Werner can be properly utilised. And even if we're talking about proper utilisation, 10 goals, 12 assists this season so far, it's not only showing that he's still having an impact in games, but it's showing that maybe we shouldn't have been overly reliant on Werner for goals in itself, unless it's in the right situation, because he can offer so much more as well.
That's completely correct, man. And if we had signed Timo Werner, he didn't have this big goal scoring reputation, but he was doing what he's doing for Chelsea, we'd be like he's having a great first season. Say we signed him and we thought he was a winger, or thought he was an inside forward, as opposed to the striker who's going to get us 20, 30 goals, then people's assessment of Timo Werner would be very different, because he does contribute to goals. We saw it today. He could have definitely scored the chance in the second half where he ran it from the halfway line and kind of fluffed his finish. But he's just so effective, man. So massive shout out to Timo Werner. And if the goals do start coming as well, he's going to be absolutely lethal. It's going to make us an even better team overall. It was just, yeah, man. I'm absolutely buzzing with today's result. We stopped Man City completing the quadruple, which feels even better. It kind of adds a little bit more spice to it. And yeah, we're onwards and upwards from here. I can't really see where we're going to falter. We faced all like the toughest opposition in England, and we've come out of it relatively unscathed, not really even conceding a goal. So yeah, we're on top of the world right now. It's just onwards and upwards and making sure that we finish in the top 4 this season as well.
Yeah, top 4 is looking even easier for us, and we haven't even played in the Premier League yet, which is already just saying a lot. We could talk about the Brighton game, but really and truly, like, we already know what sort of lineup we want to see for that game, and we've gone through that enough times in general. If you want to talk about the Manchester City game, yes, I feel like everyone's going to say Thiago Silva is their man in the match, but is there any other honourable mentions you'd want to go for?
My honourable mention, but it's because I have a bias, is Azpilicueta. Like, I feel like he's the heartbeat of the team. He creates that unity in the defence. Obviously, Thiago Silva is the class, and he's the gloss, and he's that imperious centre-back that we've been missing since JT's left. Or maybe removed from that season that David Luiz had under Antonio Conte when he looked like the best centre-back in the league. But he's like, I feel like Azpilicueta is the heartbeat of that defense. He's the glue. You see it when we make a big interception or a big block or a big tackle. He's there high-fiving the rest of the defense. He's there like fist bumping Tony Rudiger. Like, he really gets the team going. So for me, Azpilicueta, honourable shout out to him, because he's the guy. And without him, I feel like our defense, we might have players who might have better attributes than Thiago, than Azpilicueta, but we don't have anybody who's got the heart of Azpilicueta. So he gets my major shout out. And just all around the pitch, man. Obviously, Kante. A lot of people question Kante. A lot of people question if he still got it. And maybe today wasn't his best of games, but again, I think he makes our midfield better. And everyone loves the Jovic combination in midfield. But for me, our best midfield duo includes a fit N'Golo Kante. So shout out to him as well. Shout out to the whole team, man. Shout out to Thomas Tuchel. He's got us going, and we're rolling. As Chelsea fans, we might have been in the doldrums in December and January time for obvious reasons, but now we're buzzing on top of the world and can't wait for the games coming up.
Damn right, Kwaku. Anything else you want to add?
Not much, man. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm actually I'm going to the Man City Tottenham final with work, so I'm going to do a scouting mission just in case we draw City in the Champions League final. But after seeing today's performance, man, anybody that we draw in the Champions League going forward, whether it's PSG or whether it's Man City in the final, when we do get past Real Madrid, it's light work. We're done.
All right, well, bro, you enjoy the EFL Cup final next week, man. You take care. Give us some anti-Spurs slander for everyone on Blues Fans TV. Much appreciated, my guy. You take care of yourself. We'll chat to you soon. Take care, my bro.
Take care.
Love. Again, guys, if you don't want to get involved, Patreon, down in the description below. Also, the very reliable OneFootball app, down in the description below as well, guys. Check that out too. Fata, what are you telling me, my guy? Are you good, bro?
much better feeling. I haven't had this feeling since 2012, and you know what? All the negativity that people putting up on our players for the last 3 weeks, just stop, man. Let's just endure this ride till the end of the season, because I can guarantee, I think with this kind of performance, if we keep this on a consistent level of base, on a consistent level, yeah, week in, week out, I can see this team could reach a high potential, winning trophies and likes of FA Cup. You never know with the Champions League. These guys might do the same thing to Real Madrid like they did again today to Man City. You never know, but I'm over the mood with the fact that the performance itself kind of mirroring over how we play today. It's just like, it's not that City were really tired. Yes, I understand there's factors like City, a bit excuses like, oh, we were tired after the Champions League game against Borussia Dortmund. But I just think all in all, we were so organized at the back. We were so organized at the all parts of the area that we've been crying out a lot. And again, man, with Timo Werner performing out front alongside Hakim Ziyech, people just need to stop with this agenda, because I'm getting tired of some people having attacking of our main players because they don't perform really well. Look at how Timo Werner played today. Even though people questioning him like, oh, we don't play Werner. I have doubts again about Timo Werner. Look what we did. Look what he did today, though. The goal contribution itself. I love his work rate overall, Lewis, and the fact that every Timo Werner every time Timo Werner get criticized, he's always performed. And today, there's no exception to it.
Yeah, talk to me about Timo Werner's performance as well, because I know you've been a big Timo Werner advocate as well. So I want you to have your flowers today. Talk to me, man.
I don't think he isn't that bad. I don't know why people are kind of like giving a slate in that, but I don't think he's in that bad though. It's just like for me, yeah, that crying out a lot, that positioning of the timing, he get caught offside like twice in that game, and I feel like if he's timing that run in a perfect way, like he could have, like he's already gone by 2 minutes then. And the fact that this performance, yeah, I think one of the best performances that Timo Werner had put today, even though people want him to score, but let's look at his overall contribution today. He got an assist, even though in the beginning it should have been offside. I don't know what the referee is looking at. It should have been him like getting that assist. But in the second half, he stepped up, and he stepped up big time. And what did we said earlier in the review on how we approach Timo Werner against a higher line team? We stretched them up. That's what he did today. We stretched them, the Manchester City defense, and Timo Werner was just cutting through the defense, all fall apart, and then bang with Hakim Ziyech inside the box, just one touch passes, and then just goes bang in. That's what we want against a higher line team. We want Timo Werner to contribute in this team, to stretch the defenses out so that not only Timo Werner, but also other players, the likes of even Hakim Ziyech, whether it's Hakim Ziyech or Pulisic, can operate inside that final third.
What about your thoughts on the midfield double as well, Jorginho and N'Golo Kante? And we'll throw Mason Mount in there as well, because
Jorginho, Lewis, has been one of the players that people questioning a lot this season. And we spoke about this repeatedly against Porto the other day. This guy, even though we lost Kovacic, I just think today that we don't worry too much about losing Kovacic, though. We look so immense. We look so united in that midfield. Not only Jorginho, Kante as well. Give him the honourable mention as well. That I thought that Kante put a shift in today, even though he had a fasting for a day though. He still put a shift in. Jorginho, honestly, like I said, Lewis, I keep repeating this against Porto, but I'm gonna say the same thing. I thought Jorginho played really, really well. I thought, for me, one of the players that has been standing a lot for the last 3 games ever since that first leg of the Porto game. But yeah, man, apart from those midfield, man, everyone looked really solid. Backline, I got no complaint. I got no complaint about the back line. Midfield, yeah, it's just like if it's Kovacic in the middle as well. There's a bit headache selection when it comes to if Kovacic gonna come back soon. Maybe in like let's say in 2 weeks, like let's say next week though. It's another headache that's gonna be good for Tuchel. Whether he's gonna put Kante or Kovacic, we don't know. But it's a good selection headache that Tuchel gonna have.
Yeah, it's a great selection headache for him as well. Looking towards the future as well, with the way that we played under Thomas Tuchel already, how confident are you that we can achieve the rest of our targets?
Rest of our targets, yeah. I am not too sure. Like, based on the performance, yes, we can do it. But on our prolonged targets, yeah, especially this season, yeah, my concern is the only thing that's going to stop us on reaching our targets this season is an injury. And that's the last thing that we need, though. If we lose, let's say we already lose Kovacic and Christensen. I'm not sure how long Christensen going to be out. I hope he'll be back by I don't think he'll be back by Tuesday, right?
We have to wait and see. Like, I was surprised he was even out, to be honest.
Okay, so Kovacic also said I think Kovacic is going to be out for 3 weeks. So yeah, if we lose another player in our team, and you saw what happened to Thiago Silva today. He had a good performance, but he fell twice already because of the shoulder, and he limped off the pitch after the 88-minute substitution by Kurt Zouma. My concern is if we lose Silva, then we already lose Kovacic and Christensen. My concern is that, Lewis. I think we can reach our targets, but that injury, like lots of injuries, yeah, that's gonna cost us of reaching our targets. That's my concern.
Okay, cool. Any other thoughts, Fata?
Let's just enjoy this, man. Let's just enjoy this. I understand, like, people want to have agenda against one of our players and that, but let's just enjoy this ride, man, till the end of the season. You never know what's gonna happen to us, though. We could be sitting here like arguing about Werner being better than Foden and all that. Listen, let's just enjoy the ride. Let's just enjoy this team performances for all season. And you never know, man. You're never gonna get this kind of performances next season. But all in all, man, let's just enjoy this. Enjoy this ride, man. Enjoy this ride.
Yeah, let us enjoy this. Fata, again, thank you for jumping on and being a part.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Love, bro. Love. We'll get our next guest on. Again, guys, if you want to get involved, the Patreon is only down in the description below. Click that, join, get involved, and have your say. Dag, what are you saying, bro? I forgot to even get you on. Yes, bro. What are you saying, my guy? Oof. Okay, cool. Yeah, bring it up. You don't need to hide it. Kazi ain't here, bro. What are you saying?
Come on. When
Finally,
we needed
can
it
bring
most.
the shirt out and be proud about
When
it too.
we needed
Let's
it
go.
most. Yo, bro. I mean, we knew what was going to happen when we saw who we were versing. They said Man City, we're going to put Timo Werner out there. We're going to sit back a little, soak up the pressure, and when we get the chance, just like that. And 1-0. That Stefan mistake, we take it. We take it and we move. I mean, it was like when I came into the game or when I opened up or however I don't know how you guys watch it, but for us in America, we use ESPN, right? So launched up the site, logged in, got ready, sat here, started watching, and I saw immediately what I thought I was going to see, right? We just allowed them, not really play. We didn't allow them to play, but we chose to press in specific moments, and it helped us save our energy. So by the time, and they were a bit of a, not weaker side, but they were a little fatigued seeing as we had an extra day of break. And we used that to our advantage. We pressed when we needed to, and we sat back when we needed to. And the second we had opportunities for counterattacks, we took them every single chance. Yes, we did not score multiple goals, or we didn't even have multiple opportunities to score. But we still tried to get into those positions, and we did get into those positions. The final ball might have been lacking on 1 or 2 instances, but it's not something that's new. Like, we knew that's what's going to happen. That's the only deficiency we really have in our game. And once we fix that, we are a borderline world-class team. And, I mean, for now, we're sitting in the semifinals of the Champions League, and we're going to the finals of the FA Cup. And this is a successful season in my book. This is what I wanted coming into the season was, look, If we get one trophy and we're in the top 4, that's a success for me. And it looks like we're going to be headed into that direction. And although it's been an up and down year, it looks like Chelsea's still going to coming up with a dub. That's it. But that's how we do, and I couldn't be more excited to look forward.
Damn right, bro. Like, the next couple games are looking so exciting. Like, imagine we actually get a result against Real Madrid as well to top everything off. Then no one can tell us we can't beat anybody.
Yeah,
Hell, even at this point, no one can say it.
Facts. And I think the most important thing is that we get a good, I wouldn't say lead, but, we put in a strong performance in that first leg. I would love to get a clean sheet out of that first leg. I think that is going to be the most important thing. Do you know if we're home or away for that first leg?
We're away first leg. Second leg's at the Bridge.
Yeah, then we 100% need to get a clean sheet because that away goal, I think whoever wins is going to win on away goals. I don't know if it's going to be an outright winner, but if it does come to it, I would prefer that, we were able to get the goal. So, I mean, that's the only thing. I feel like the second leg is going to be so important, but that first leg we need to get a decent sized advantage so that we have the upper hand going into the second leg. But either way, I'm going into it. The most important thing, like I said, I haven't said it on this channel, but on your channel, the past couple of weeks, I said, the only thing I'm worried about is the fact that our 2-man midfield is going to be outplayed or outmanned when it comes to the 3-man midfield of Man City or Real Madrid. And we saw how we counteracted that. We dropped down Mason Mount when we needed to, especially during the first half. We didn't let him get as far up as he can be. But he just came down and he was controlling the midfield along with along with Conte and Jorginho. And Jorginho, like that West Brom game, it was. Thank God that it was just it was just an outlier, and it wasn't really something that he, repeatedly kept on doing. And he was able to calm down. And today he absolutely controlled the game. My man of the match would probably have to be somebody from the defense. Doesn't really matter to me who it is. They all performed outstandingly. The 3 center backs, the wing backs, they're pretty good, but I feel like had Chilwell scored that goal, that really would have given them the energy that they needed to carry on for the rest of the game. But defensively, we were solid. We didn't make any mistakes, and we came out with the win.
Exactly that. Who's your man of the match in this game?
You know what? I think I'm going to give it to Rudiger because we haven't really been able to give him a man of the match just yet because there's always been, even in the Atletico games when he's played so well, there's always been an attacking player that's had a better performance, so he wasn't able to get it. But this one, I would say it's all him because he had to pocket anybody that was in those, especially because we know how dangerous the wingbacks are for Man City. And the fact that they weren't even able to push forward, which is a testament to our attacking players doing a great job pressing. And our defenders just weren't giving them any spaces. We know that Man City loves to they operate in positions where they drag the defenders out of position. We just kept calm. We stuck into we kept our defensive structure, and we just didn't give them any areas to try and break us down. And that's the most, like, the thing with Chelsea, right? Even under Tuchel and even before Tuchel, right? We love conceding world-class goals, right? To the point where, especially that Salah goal a couple years ago, and it's just the fact that we're able to dumb that out now is so important because I feel like, the Arsenal game earlier on in the season again that Xhaka goal, and it just seems that whenever we are conceding, it seems it's like to world-class goals. And now that we have this defensive structure, the fact that everyone's in positions to just block everything, it's just made it so much more simpler. And I was talking to Oscar about it after the call, but I don't know if we're going to switch out of this back 3. Maybe once it starts getting figured out. So, like, he was talking about how we're going to have to see who we get in the summer, and then we'll decide and then Tuchel will decide what he's going to do. But for now, I feel like if this 3 in the back formation is working so well, I would stick to it because it's one of those formations where it can be attacking and defending at the same time. It can be attacking and defending at the same time, and you don't really need to have like specific players in those roles, and you can move people around, especially how we have our three forwards interchanging and always moving around. I don't think we're really going to be able to get that with any other formation. So, but for now, we're in the best. We're in such a good place. We're in such a good place.
Damn right, bro. Anything else you would add?
Yeah, I would love to see a couple of people get some rest for that Brighton game, simply because the games after that, or we have Brighton, West Ham, and then we have Fulham, or we have Real Madrid before that. But right after that Fulham game, it's 4 really hard matches. So for these next 2 to 3 weeks, I want everyone to get, I want everyone to be rested, get their keep their confidence, and get healthy, because we have Christensen is out, Kovacic is out, and they are 2 very important players if we want to make a really strong push and keep our top 4 position, and as well as we're adding a trophy to the cabinet. But I mean, other than that, we're all good. We're in the best position we can be. And by the way, if we win that Champions League and we win that FA Cup, we've had a better year than Man City, even with them winning the league. So this is the best position we could be in, simply put.
Damn right, bro. Well, Dag, thank you for jumping on, bro. You take care of yourself. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good one.
Love. Take care, bro. Bless. We're going to get our next guest on Monday. What are you saying, bro?
Hi, mate. You're right.
Yo, I am good. Still feeling the good energies after getting through to the cup final. What are you saying, man? Are you good?
I'm all good. I mean, last time I was on here was we just played West Brom, and I was trying to stay composed, and I knew that it was just a blip. And now we can comfortably and confidently say it was just a blip. And maybe it was just coming back after the internationals or whatever. But we looked so good today, and I don't think we should underestimate today's performance. That performance makes me very excited about the future. We were actually better than them, and I don't think sometimes I kid myself, but I don't think I've watched the game against Man City for a long time, for a couple of years, where I thought, we're actually better than them today. We played them off the park, better on the ball, we're better defensively. We look so good, and I think you can think about man of the matches, but I think Tuchel just looked like a top manager today. Coming out against Pep, he knew about the high line. He tactically had us set up so well, and I kind of looked at the lineup thinking, not quite sure, but he is a masterclass, and that comfortably makes me confident that we could beat any team. It makes me think we can beat Madrid. It's a winnable game, and regardless of what happens, I feel like we've just elevated ourselves to another level with that. So that performance has just made me so excited. I'm so excited about Chelsea now. A couple of months ago I was feeling like all down and glum about things, but we're getting back up there. And I also, like Jorginho, for example, I mean, I owe that guy an apology. I've slated Jorginho before, saying I don't really see what he brings. If his passing is off, what's he doing? But he's dictating the pace of the game, and suddenly leaders are appearing all over the pitch. We've got, he's a clear leader as well. You've got him, you've got Rudiger, you've got Aspi, Thiago Silva. That defense is now looking like it looked like a world-class defense today. But I don't want to get carried away at the same time, because I see different games like category games. This is like a big game, and I feel like all the players play slightly differently to that game, to we're going to play in the Premier League against West Brom or against the Brighton. And we have to attack that Brighton game in a totally different energy and make sure we're staying up to the level for that game. Because if we don't back up today with a win against Brighton, it's going to leave us feeling quite empty, I think.
Yes. What if we don't get a result against Brighton?
Absolutely. We need a result against Brighton now.
Definitely, but I feel like we can ride the momentum that we have now, because this is a big result, and we don't have the international break to try and drop that momentum like we did for the West Brom game. I've got no reason to think that we can't go to Brighton and get a result. If anything, my biggest games are now the Champions League games. That's what I'm worried about. And I'm not even worried anymore the more I'm talking about it, because look at the results that we're having.
But players like Jorginho. So would you make changes for Brighton? Because I feel like, I think it was Quaker that was on earlier, some players are so integral at the moment that if we have a couple of injuries, it does change the way we play. We rely on those players at the moment. And Jorginho is looking pretty integral to me. And, Kovacic is injured. Could you bring a Gilmore into there? He hasn't played for a long time. Like, that's my worry. But as a whole, we seem to have players that could fit in various positions, and I think that's the benefit of that formation as well, is that it's more of a team thing there. But it's definitely exciting. We've come good at the right time. We've come good at the right time. I'm just gutted I can't be in Brazil bar outside Stamford Bridge tearing up today, because, you know, that would have been a great day.
Damn right, man. I wish I could be there in the oyster rooms with Dom and the others, just drinking everything away after this. Oh, yes, Wembley as well. I just deeped it. We'd be in the green, man. But yeah, like, this we've tried to keep things natural and everything, but it still doesn't properly feel like a semi-final because we haven't had the vibe, the build-up. There still hasn't been fans in grounds, but we're making the most out of it. Any other thoughts that you want to add?
Well, no, yeah, basically on that line is that, like, I watched it on my own today, and that says a lot. Like, I would never watch a semi-final on my own. Like, and it is sad what's happened, but I think the final will obviously give us that buzz again. And I guess one more point is that Fernandinho is so lucky tonight. I don't know how he didn't get booked early on. Like, Mike Dean has got it in for us, I swear. That is one thing. But that performance shows that we could beat any team, in my opinion. That's my last thing. And again, thanks for having me on.
Hi, Monday. As always, thank you for jumping on. We'll see you for the next game, bro.
Oh, by the way, just follow my Instagram, Monday CFC, if you can. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Monday. Is it no gaps, no dashes?
No gaps. At Monday CFC. That's me.
Yeah, guys, check him out, Monday CFC. Bro, thank you for jumping on, man. You take care of yourself. We'll see you for the next game, my guy.
Cheers, mate. All right, bye-bye.
Love. We'll get the next guest on now. Yes, bro, what are you saying?
Yo, Lewis.
Oh, is that Tyrese?
Yes, bro.
Oh, you've had a change up. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, man, this is my little football channel here in Barbados.
Fair enough, guys. Smash the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, bro.
Fair play.
Bro, what a game! And remember, I told you, like, exactly, like, if Tuchel gets this spot on, he's gonna get it spot on, and that's exactly what he did. He just basically got everything right. We sat back. We didn't sit back too much, but we defended so well. And then we hit them on the break with that high lane with Werner's pace in behind. And then a really good pass from Werner into Hakim Ziyech and a good goal to give us the lead. Obviously, Zach Steffen, the keeper, had a shocker, but we don't care. We're into the finals, baby. Fantastic performance. Man City did nothing. And just to give a bit of to prop to Johnny, Mount to Foden. Mount's better than Foden. But just gassing it a bit. Mount is better. Just gassing it a bit. But bro, brilliant performance again. Like, we completely dominated Man City. They didn't really have anything to do. Nothing. They didn't really have any much chances. Like, I can't remember off the top of my head any clear chances they would have had. But we were just so good defensively, and we just executed Thomas Tuchel's game plan from day one, bro. Like, Thomas Tuchel got everything right from before the game even started with the we've given the players the extra day off yesterday. And he came today and he got everything right, bro.
Everything right. First minute to the last. Like, we were saying on my stream that so many times we say that Chelsea could play for another hour and they would score. And it felt like we could have played for another hour and Manchester City wouldn't have scored. And that just shows the turnaround that we've had under Thomas Tuchel.
I would say so, but I was actually waiting. I just really wanted for that whistle to go, bro, because, you know, Man City could get the odd chance there, but we defended so well. And I think a performance that, I don't know if it went under the radar, like with Timo Werner. Timo Werner's performance was really good. Ziyech's, but obviously Aspilicueta to me was our best defender, along with Thiago Silva. I think both of them were excellent, 100%. But, like, for me, Aspilicueta was just fantastic. Like, everything he did one-on-one against, it was Gabriel Jesus. Jesus got away from him the first time, but the second time Jesus was just all over him. He did nothing. And as for the credit, as I think I can't remember the Venezuelan commentator on ESPN. I can't remember what his name is. He said that Azpilicueta has been disrespected over the years, and bro, we were super. The Azpilicueta was superb, bro. This is why he shows his captain. He's not the most vocal guy. That's gonna be like JT or Vincent Kompany, one of those captains are gonna shout at you and tell you what to do. But Azpilicueta is always there in the right moment. Even when when Rich James got the yellow card, he was involved because Mike Dean Hagan said that he want to give Rich James a yellow card, but can't give a yellow card to Fernandinho after he stepped on Mount. But that's life, man. We just showed we gave Pep Guardiola a lesson today. Fantastic performance.
And how does that make you feel about the Champions League hopes? Not even just for us, but for Man City as well. And if we even face Man City in the final potentially.
I'm still taking it game by game. Like this, obviously, this performance is gassing me because we obviously not took the best team in the country, and we're into this final. But bro, I'm still taking it game by game because last time I got over gas with Lampard. You see what he did to me. And we could see a light at the end of the tunnel so far based on these results. We're defending so well, bro. And in terms of our Champions League games against Real Madrid, like I think we can beat Real Madrid, but it's not going to be pretty because we're not going to score many goals against them because they have a good defense. But their defense hasn't been superb this season, so they could be got at. They're not the same Real Madrid that they were 2-3 years. I personally still think Real Madrid is the best team in the world. I don't know if some people think so, but they're not the same Madrid that was the Madrid like 2-3 years ago. They're a bit different now, but to me, in my opinion, I still think they're the best team in the world. For each position that they have, and bro, it's gonna be difficult, but this win does give me a bit of confidence going into it because we defended so well against the best team in the country and possibly the best team in Europe this season. So, yeah, I'm happy, bro. Really happy.
So happy, man. I'm so happy with this performance and bringing it to we could talk about the Brighton match, but the Real Madrid game. How do you feel we're going to take the game to Real Madrid in our first leg match?
Well, Real Madrid is a bit different to Man City because they tend to build some of their players from their midfield, and they do rely on their fullbacks a bit to put some balls in the box for Benzema. So we're gonna have to defend really compact. But to me, if our wing backs and if our two flank or two our left side and our right side of centre backs could cope with the overlapping runs of Carvajal and Mendy, because they tend to put in a lot of crosses. I think that's one part of the areas of the pitch that you could shut down so Real Madrid doesn't get a lot of balls into the box for Benzema, because he's quite good in the air and they could put in some low driven crosses, and he could also put one in the back of the net as well. But from midfield, in terms of midfield, that's the only it's gonna be a midfield battle of quality, because if Kovacic is back, we're gonna have Kovacic and more likely Kante in there, and then obviously Real Madrid's midfield, their success speaks for itself, bro. Like that midfield to me is the best in the world. It's the most balanced midfield in the world. It's just a champagne midfield. So if we're gonna get to Real Madrid, we're gonna have to do really well in midfield, bro.
Yeah, Jovic are going to have not even Jovic.
No.
Jorginho and Kante are going to have such a big job in the 90 minutes. But if they pull it off, then no one can chat about that midfield pivot. Nobody can. And it's a big saying already that they've dominated Man City.
Yeah, will Kovacic be back for the Real Madrid game? So I think he's out for 3 weeks. I don't know if he'll be. I don't know if he'll be back.
He might be back for the second leg. I'm not sure about the first.
I hope he's back for the first, because like Jorginho, to me, this is a game. Actually, I think I would have preferred Kovacic because he knows the Real Madrid midfield better than anyone else in our team. And then we have Kante, and they're just who handled Modric really well in the world. Well, not the World Cup final. Actually, I guarantee it was a bit dreadful in that final actually, but he knows how to deal with that midfield because he's the world class player that we have in midfield, and obviously Kovacic does know that midfield to a T. So I would have preferred Kovacic in there, but to me, what I was about to say, this is a game that Jorginho could strive in, because like Real Madrid, they don't press you, and to me, when Jorginho is underneath a press, he tends to look a bit shaky. But he could do a couple 360s sometimes and get himself out of a tight space sometimes. But in my opinion, I think this would be a good game for Jorginho. I think he could be able to dictate the midfield because we're going to need someone in there for sure that's going to control the midfield of Real Madrid. That could slow down the midfield, like what we've seen Jorginho do for Frank Lampard in the past. Like when we want to kill off a game, we're beyond Jorginho. He would just control the game to just see the game out. When he used to do that in a couple games last season. And we're going to need Jorginho in there for me to control it. I don't know. What's your opinion? You said you want Jorginho in there, bro, or you prefer Kovacic?
Oh, Jorginho has to start. Yeah. He's the constant out the midfield pivot for me.
Yeah. For me, yeah. This is again Jorginho to me could strive in once he's on his A game, bro. But to be honest, bro, Today it was just absolutely brilliant. Obviously it could have been 2-0 if Ziyech didn't fluff that chance, but it was a decent save by Zach Steffen. But Ziyech's a player of that quality, should be doing better there. But that I don't have zero negatives, bro. Like even Kepa had a good game. You see that ball that he kicked
Kepa
at?
got a clean sheet. You love to see it, man. Against Man City, even if he didn't do much, do you know how good that is for his confidence?
Yeah, it is. I always say this, like obviously we are Chelsea fans. We probably gave up on Kepa, but we have to remember he was a good goalkeeper in his first season.
Facts as per usual. Love to see it. If you still want a link, I'll send it over. I don't even care if you've had a few drinks or not. You can still come and chat about Jorginho. We've got all the time in the world for it.
Yeah, Jorginho had a good game as well, bro. Kante to me in the first 10-15 minutes, his passing was a bit off. But when he got into the game, it got much better, and he was just breaking up everything. But bro, the thing is, right on my channel here, not on my channel, on my Instagram page here, when we do this debate next, so we're doing a big debate between Phil Foden and Mason Mount, and this is the perfect time to do it now because they just faced each other in the FA Cup semi-final. And what did Phil? I didn't even realize Phil Foden came out. What did he do? Who's Phil Foden, bro? I didn't see Phil Foden.
Phil Foden showed promise when he came on, but it was just the rest of the team could barely find a way through. Foden tried. I'll give him credit for that, but tough luck in it. Wrong side. Wrong day, wrong time.
Yeah, it was, and that's exactly what we have to do, bro. Like Chelsea, we got everything spot on today. I'm just so aghast. And for the Brighton game, you would have asked me before. I don't really care who starts, to be honest, but only one player I don't want to see starting is Alonso, because every time we start Alonso, sometimes in these bogey games, you see what he does. For example, at West Brom.
That's the thing. Brighton are going to attack us, so I don't really know if I want
to see Alonso start. You know what? I want to start Chilwell. Give him a rest. I wouldn't mind Emerson. I wouldn't mind him because he's not as bad as Alonso. He's kind of he's not good. He's not the greatest. He's not terrible.
Fuck it. You know what? For 90 minutes, I feel Tuchel can get a rise out of anybody at this point.
He was actually.
I don't know, because I really struggle to find words of praise for Alonso and Emerson. Alonso, at least he can finish in space, but 18-19 really put both of them in such a shit light for me.
Yeah, the same thing for Emerson for me. Obviously, Emerson isn't that much better than Alonso, but he is better than him though, because obviously Alonso has the better finishing and everything, but I think Emerson is a better defender than him, and he has better legs than him as well. So he may be able to track back and cover us, because the problem is with obviously Alonso in that West Brom game, his position and his lack of pace, and Emerson's positioning isn't great, but it's better than Alonso's though, and he has better legs than Alonso. So I wouldn't care if Alonso starts. Only player really, I wouldn't mind if Giroud starts either, because I want to rest as much players as possible, because we got to play Real Madrid Pretty soon, I don't want any injuries. So I'll just go with a basic lineup, to be honest. Hopefully, we can get the result.
Yeah, damn right. Any other thoughts, Ziyech?
Yeah. I don't know if I could like plug my page or anything, but
No, go for it. Tell
yeah.
them let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, guys. Just follow my Instagram page at the Pundit Box. On Instagram, we're gonna be doing a Mount Versus Phil Foden debate. It's gonna be around 2 a.m. UK time, unfortunately, but 9 p.m. Eastern time. So any North Americans or any Caribbean people watching the stream, just see if you could tune in. Again, we're going to be doing Mason Mount versus Phil Foden on Wednesday at 2 UK time, 2 a.m. UK time, and 9 p.m. Eastern time. And just follow my page here at the Pundit Box. We're going to be giving some notifications until that date comes. So yeah, just follow my page.
All right, cool. Well, bro, thank you for jumping on, man. Everyone, check out the Pundit Box. If you send a link in the private chat, I'll put it in the comment section as well.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I would.
Yeah, no worries, man. You take care of yourself, man. Bless.
Yeah,
Love. Again, guys, if you don't want to get involved, Patreon is in the description below. And also, while you're there, check out the very reliable OneFootball app too. And we will get who are we getting on? Ellie, what are you saying, my guy? Are you good?
Lewis, what a great week it's been for Chelsea.
It's Eli, isn't it? It's Eli. I need to start remembering to say this correctly. I'm so sorry, man. Eli, chat to me, man. What's your thoughts? You're through to another FA Cup final, bro.
What a week it's been for Chelsea. On to the Champions League semis, FA Cup final. Incredible performance. The clean sheets. We're just keeping clean sheets for fun. Kappa is just keeping clean sheets for fun. Brilliant performance. Like I said, defensively, we were brilliant. We took our moments in attack. And we got our goal and on to the final. I think we'll win it now.
It all depends on who do we face. If we face Southampton, I feel very optimistic. But if we play Leicester City, I think that game's going to be a lot tighter than we're giving it credit for. And also, take into account we got to play them in a few weeks as well. That's going to be another dress rehearsal.
But we're still better than Leicester. Like, to be fair. Man of the match, Thiago Silva for me. Not a lot of people said Thiago Silva. I was
surprised by that. His entire performance was flawless.
I thought he was brilliant in defense, Lewis. He had 6 clearances and 3 interceptions. I saw that on an app. That's very good. But also, to be fair, City didn't offer anything going forward. Like, first half, City were terrible. Second half, Phil Foden came on, good player. They tried to do a couple of stuff, but I was thinking by myself watching the game, fuck your quadruple, we're Chelsea FC. So
yeah, that would have been ringing around all of Wembley. I only just deeped that we need fans back. We really need fans
I really need fans back. Because the thing is, I go crazy when I'm watching the game. Even if I'm watching it on TV, I just hear the fans singing and just keep on singing with them. And it's great. But hopefully we're going to get fans in the final. That's what they're saying, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, our next game, Brighton. Rotate a bit. I would like to see Callum Hudson-Odoi instead of Reece James. Just give Reece a bit of a break. Marcus Alonso. What do you think, Marcus or Ben? Against Brighton.
Ben Chilwell. Why am I even thinking about this? Fucking hell. That's how you know I'm tired. Ben Chilwell every day of the week.
I agree with Ben Chilwell is much better than Marcus Alonso. But for Brighton, maybe Marcus Alonso needs a game. Maybe Chilwell needs a rest. That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like
Chilwell had 2 tough games against Porto and City.
Getting done against Brighton, though. If it was a low block team, I'd be like, fine, play him 90 minutes. I can get behind that. Nah, I can't see him play against Brighton. I feel like he's getting done. Is Lamptey fit, by the way?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm checking that because Lamptey put in a split for 90 minutes last time they played. So I don't even know if I want to see that again.
It was a big mistake selling Lamptey. He would have been a great player for Chelsea in the future. Do we have a buyback clause on Lamptey?
No, we don't. We actually don't.
We should have put that, Lewis. We should have put a buyback clause. Other than that, look, Brighton, I rate their manager. I rate Graham Potter. I really do. But we should have much more quality than Brighton do, and we should win the game. Well, West Ham lost today.
West Ham lost today, and they've left it in such an easy position for us as well. You love to see it.
They lost to Steve Bruce, probably, no disrespect, but probably the worst manager in the Premier League.
Yeah, we don't place them anymore. I can call that too, because I was hoping no one would click me. But that's the thing. We just need to do our job because nobody else is going to do their job correctly. If anything, we might even drop points at some point towards the season, but just keep racking up points where we do now, and then we can have a performance like a West Brom game where we can drop 3 points and they don't even hit us too deep.
Exactly. Lewis, how I look at it is I want to win every game. When we don't win a game, because no one can win every game, when we don't win a game, then I look like, oh, okay, where we are in the table. Can West Ham like drop points again? Stuff like that. But right now, we're back to winning ways technically because we lost to Porto. Let's go on a run. Let's go on a run again.
Damn right. Let's go on a run again. Eli, any other thoughts, bro?
Nothing really. I'll talk to you on Tuesday after the Brighton game. Hopefully, we'll pick up 3 points and up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea. Damn right, bro. Thank you for jumping on. You take care of yourself.
You too, Lewis. Bye.
Bless, bro. Bless. Zion, what are you saying, my guy?
What are you saying, Lewis, man? Wow. I was buzzed after that win, man. Seriously. I was
Trust me, man. We're through to another cup final, as per usual. We're getting used to this as Chelsea fans, honestly.
Mate, you know what? I think the last cup final we were in, which was against Arsenal, we got robbed out of it. Let's be real. And so I think this is a well-deserved one. And we think about it, we got through the best opponent that we could have got through. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we had, say, a Leicester, an Arsenal, or say even like a Liverpool, they would have said, oh, they didn't beat the best team, in the league. They didn't beat the best team in Europe. They didn't beat the best team. They got an easy run in and all that kind of stuff. Fair play to that. But we beat the team who people say are the best team right now in Europe and in the league. Because the stats show it. And, man, I was absolutely buzzing. I mean, the final couple of minutes of the game had me, at the edge of my seat. But like when they were pressing and they were going for that equalizer. But you know what? I had full faith in my defense because that defense is just absolutely hard to break down. Thiago Silva put in a shift today. I mean, to be honest with you, he absolutely, when he got in, when he went off injured kind of thing mainly because I think really of his age. He had, I think, it's that back issue he had as well. So that's probably why. But he went down fighting. Let's be real. Absolutely solid. Rudiger, he was bullying Raheem Sterling today. He was just bullying him. He was he was taking nothing from Sterling today.
Yeah, and in midfield, you see Mount bullying Fernandinho all match. Everyone's getting bullied.
I mean, Jorginho was bullying the likes of De Bruyne in the first.
He was getting done. Everyone's getting done by Chelsea, honestly, man.
To be honest, when the first half started, the way we went out at them, that surprised me a lot because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought we were going to sit back for a couple of minutes, see how City play. Because when we usually play City, like we usually let them have the possession, let them break us down and we probably hit them on the counter. But we went at them and that was surprising for me. And you know what? Fair play. I mean, to be honest with you, Tuchel's not only now beating Klopp, but he's beating Pep. And without conceding a goal as well, which is brilliant. So Tuchel's a real deal. Let's be real. People might say, oh, he's just a guy who's come from the French league and he can't do anything in the big leagues. He's showing he can do it. So, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing. 2 trophies are we can definitely pick up 2 trophies this season and finish top 4. We have got a hectic schedule coming up, but we've got the enough squad depth, in my opinion, to get through this because plenty of talent we've got, plenty. So,
and that's the beauty of it all as well. It's depth, it's strength in depth, and we got strength in all areas of the pitch right now.
I think this is what we've been lacking in the past couple of seasons. This is what we've been lacking. I think we've never had a squad this big. We never had this kind of depth. Usually we go into a season, some players get injured, and then we usually have like, players who play like, say, in centre mid, covering them at, full back or centre back, and we struggle because we don't have the depth. For the first time, we've got that, and it's good that we're taking advantage of it because we should. Because City have done it for the past couple of seasons, and that's why they are, the top team. And I think in every team, every football team needs to have depth, in my opinion. I think if you don't have the depth, you ain't going to get through a season. The Premier League is a relentless season. I mean, you got, cup competitions, you got the league, you got Champions League. These games are very short and, like, they come quick as well. So very, very happy with the squad depth that we've got. And also, man, I'm just buzzing after that result because, to be honest, today's game was the benchmark for me. Today was the benchmark for me. Can Tuchel beat Pep? And can Tuchel prove it against Pep that he can beat a City team like this? We've been unstoppable, let's be real. I mean, in the league, nobody's matched up to them. So we are the closest competitors to City. Let's be real. We are the only ones that can challenge them for the league title next season. Forget Liverpool, forget United, forget Leicester, forget West Ham. We are the real deal. And we get a number 9, we're going to be a serious problem next season for teams because I think that's the only thing we're lacking. That goal threat, that's it. Because we're solid at the back.
I'd still say a bit more of a deep line playmaker as well.
Yeah.
Someone who can open defenses up with just one pass.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously, I think if he goes for a back 4 next season, which I think he will, we do need that holding midfielder, in my opinion. We just need one, I think, if he plays a back 4. If he doesn't play a back 4 and he continues with the back 3 and then the 2 pivots, then I don't think we need one. But I think for Kante, obviously, as he's aging, his legs are going. But today he was, in my opinion, working immense. He was all over everywhere. So I think obviously we need to look for look ahead for the future. If we do get a deep line midfielder, like I said, we need to. I mean, obviously, my main man will probably still be, I think, Declan Rice, but I don't think we'll get him because I think this is the reason why Lampard got sacked. Let's be real, because he kept bugging the board about Declan Rice, and they said, you know what, we can't get him. And I don't want Tuchel to do this, but also I don't think Tuchel will do that. But I think it all depends on who's available as well in this market in the summer as well, because we can't just go out and just pick up any CDM. We got to pick up one that is young, kind of experienced in my opinion as well, and can play. Is physical to play in the Premier League because we can't just pick up some random. I mean, like a Kimmich, that's a phenomenal signing if you ask me. If you say sign a Kimmich in that role, because I think he can do it, but we're not going to get him. So, I mean, I don't know. There aren't that many, CDMs around. I mean, obviously there are a couple, but if you think about a high level one, like people who talk about a lot, there aren't that many around of them. So it's going to be a difficult one to get a CDM. I think we can get one, but that is only if we change formations, in my opinion. I mean, I think Tuchel will hopefully go for a back 4 because that's his suitable position. He likes to play a 4-4-3. Sorry, 4-3-3, sorry. And, but yeah, I mean, but like I said, I think in my opinion, if we get a new CDM as well, well, a striker, in my opinion, is definitely needed as well. I think we need to get a potent finisher up front. I mean, I think that will help Werner, that will help Ziyech, that will help Pulisic. If you think about it, we're relying on these players to get us the goals. When you have a potent finisher, when you have a striker who's a natural number 9, the pressure gets taken off them. They don't have to then look at saying, we have to finish these games off. They can then pass it to that striker and then they can finish off it for them. If you think about it, like, see Werner's link-up play, again, brilliant with Ziyech. That's what I want to see. But that's why I don't think Werner is a number 9, because his link-up play, shows that he's like a winger or like a number 10. So, yeah, man, like I said, we need, in my opinion, a striker. And CDM, definitely, if we play a 4-3-3, we definitely need a CDM because I don't think Jorginho can take and play that role. But, yeah, man, absolutely buzzing after that result because, in my opinion, we dominated the game from minute 1 to 90.
Okay, cool. Any other thoughts, bro?
No, man, I think we got Brighton on Tuesday, I think it is. And
yeah, what team do you want to see for that?
he made a couple of changes in this game, so obviously we'll see Mendy back. I don't think Silva will be back in this game, unless he's picked up that injury, and I think Tuchel will probably want to rest him for that game. So I think we might see, unless Christensen isn't back, then I think we might see Zuma back in that defense along with Rudiger and Aspilicueta. So I don't know about Kovacic or Christensen's injuries. Don't know how long they're out for. So probably might see Kante. I mean, I think we may as well give Gilmour a run of the game along with Jorginho against Brighton. We haven't seen him much, and give him a run of games. I think Werner, I think, should get a game against Brighton again. He played brilliant today, especially Ziyech as well. I think Ziyech is brilliant today. I think this is probably the best, in form kind of, the best performance I've seen from Ziyech, in my opinion, as a Chelsea player. He was brilliant today, all over, everywhere. So, yeah, to be honest, I like the same team as well, but I'd like to see Gilmour. I'd like to see Tammy even, get a run of games. I mean, he was left out today, which was very, very surprising to me because he's apparently, isn't he joint top scorer in the FA Cup, for us. So
he is. But I think there's been an issue with him and Tuchel. It's clear and obvious now.
I said this. I think I said this a couple of months back when he got subbed against Southampton, that there's something going on between these two because otherwise we would have seen Tammy back. So that's definitely saying that Tammy's going to leave in the summer because it's heading that direction anyway. Now we've just got rumours that Leicester are looking at him, the likes of Villa, Everton. These teams are looking at him right now. Only if Chelsea let him leave. But to be honest with you, I think we should let him leave because we just don't want to keep a player who's not going to be happy here, and also we're not going to play him. So yeah, like I said, I mean, if Tammy, I don't think Tammy's going. I mean, Giroud as well. The guy's just sitting there on the bench. I mean, it's very surprising that we haven't seen some of these players who were doing well earlier part of the season not doing well now and not even getting a run of the game. So, I'd like to see some new fresh faces in the team, but not too many changes though. That's what I want to see. I don't think you want to change the defense too much, and especially the midfield, because that's where the entire play comes from. So you don't want to change up that. The attack, I wouldn't mind if we change up that because I want to see different new faces, but the defense and midfield, I probably want to keep the same, yeah.
All right, fair enough. Zion, as well, thank you for jumping on, man. It's been great to chat to you.
Definitely, bro.
We're in a good mood as well because the Cup semi-final result. You take care, man. You have a good night.
Too, man. Peace.
Love, bro. Love. Well, guys, this is the end of yet another phone-in. We are through to the FA Cup final, guys. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Check out the OneFootball app. Join the Patreon if you guys want to be involved for the next game as well. And we'll be back on Tuesday night, hopefully for the same result, another W for Thomas Tuchel's boys. Take care, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.